Folks, welcome back. I have your latest home prices and insights for the City of Toronto for week ending July 27, 2022. Are things changing out there? You know, I'm reporting from what we're experiencing working with buyers and sellers every day from our own listings, our own clients, plus what we see out there in the field. And I got to tell you, the last few days, the last week has been really interesting. Leading up to today and for most of the summer, our reports have been how showings are down, volume is down, offers are down, like everything has just been trending down. But all of a sudden, our listings had a bunch more showings during this last week than we've seen before, but a sizable difference in showings. We've had our own buyers, some of them that have kind of set back and they're not so aggressive in wanting to look at properties this weekend. We were busy. Our buyers are calling. We want to see this. We want to see that. It's changed. It seems, anyways, just for this little while. I'm not saying that's going to be the trend, but I'm reporting it to you like I see it. And when I go into book showings for our buyer clients, I could see that there's some other appointments where normally I wouldn't see. I'd see very few appointments. Anyways, that's what we've seen happening in the field. Is it a one week thing and forgotten about again and back to, I guess, normal? Or is it a change where we're going to see things going up? Time will tell, but that's what's happening in the field right now. If you feel this video can help somebody you know, please pass it along. Let's get into the numbers. If you want to speak with me about your real estate situation, selling, buying, it's really simple. Below this video, in the description, there's a link to my calendar. Click on that, book a time that's convenient for you. This way, I'll know ahead of time and I'll make sure my schedule is organized so we can talk to you about whatever's on your mind. Let's get into the numbers here. Let's see what's happening in Toronto real estate. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome. What I have here on the board is for the City of Toronto only. So there's no Peel region, there's no York region, there's no Durham region, just the City of Toronto. This happens to be for detached properties only, and I've got a whole year here broken down by week. So last week ending July 27th, 124 detached properties were sold across the City of Toronto, and 124 is a bump up from where we've been the last 3 or 4 weeks. 22 of those 124 were sold at $2 million or more. An average sold price came down a little bit from the previous week. $1,495,000 is the average sold price for a detached property. And again, that's come down from the previous week. It's come way down from the highs that we've had during this year. But from last week and the last few weeks, it's been coming down. It's been coming down aggressively. $1,495,000 is 11% lower than where the average sold price was a year ago. And okay, so we got average sold price here, 11% lower than a year ago. Median price is 6% lower than what it was a year ago. Median price right now is $1,245,000. 3 months ago, it was $1,551. So it's come down about $300,000 or so in a span of 3 months. That's the median price. When we look at sales, of the 124 that sold, 37% sold at list price or more. Year to date, we have 28% fewer sales this year to date, versus last year. 28% fewer sales. Listings are 9% fewer listings. Remember, I'm just talking about detached properties for the City of Toronto. And months of inventory has come down a bit. It's now sitting at 2.7 months of inventory, and average days on market is 16. So when we look at overall the City of Toronto as a whole, average sold price has come down, months of inventory has come down. When we break Toronto down though into 3 sections, west, central, and east, Well, we could see that Central Toronto average sold price has come way down from the previous week, but for East and West Toronto, it's actually gone up. Let's break that down a bit here. So this is West Toronto. 38 detached properties were sold. Average sold price jumped up. It's now at $1,455,000. And so the average sold price is 7% higher than what it was a year ago. The median price is 1% lower than what it was a year ago. And months of inventory are sitting at 2.8. Average days on market in West Toronto is 22 days on market. So for West Toronto, average sold price has come up. Central Toronto, this is the one it's taken. It's just nosedive, it seems, straight down. 27 detached properties were sold. 10 of those were at $2 million or more, so a big percentage. But average sold price is just over $2 million at $2,025,000. Well, $2,025,000 is 27% lower than where the average sold price was a year ago. This is for Central Toronto, and median price of $1,650,000 is 25% lower than where median price was a year ago. Months of inventory did come down, but just slightly, still sitting basically at 4.9 months of inventory. Let's look at East Toronto. East Toronto sales seem to have shot up quite a bit from the previous week. We went from 39 to 59 sales last week. 5 of those were at $2 million or more. Average sold price is up from the previous couple weeks. It's now at $1,279,000. Still way down from before, but if we're just looking at the previous week, we're trying to pick up on trends, you know, it's something to look at. Well, $1,279,000 is 2% lower than where the average sold price was a year ago, and median price of $1,150,000 is 1% lower than where median price was a year ago. Months of inventory is sitting at 1.5, which is quite low, especially when we look at overall Toronto. Here's a quick summary. When you kind of look at this, you could see big difference between West, Central, and East. So if we look at East, East has the lowest average sold price and the lowest median price. It also has the highest amount of sales. It has the highest amount of property selling at list price or more at 49%. It has the fewest average days on market, and it has the lowest months of inventory. Big difference between West, Central, and East. And if you were to divide it down, if you take it even further down to neighborhoods within each of these sections and small communities, you'd see changes there. And this is why I say use this as a general idea as to what's happening with the market. But if you're looking to put an offer on a property, or you're looking to sell a property, you really need a good realtor that you're working with that could analyze the community and the market trends for that specific community to really make proper and wise decisions. Here's a quick summary of semis. 38 semis were sold. 3 of those were at $1.5 million or more. Average sold price is $1,165,000, way down from the previous week. $1,665,000 is 3% lower than last year's average sold price, and median price is 7% lower. Median price is just over $1 million right now for semis. Months of inventory climbed up a little bit. It's now sitting at 1.9 months of inventory, with 18 being the average days on market. Townhouses. It's really tough to figure out townhouses. Now, these are freehold townhouses. I say it's tough because so few sales. The previous week before that, we had 9. Last week, we had 13. 3 of those were at $1.5 million or more. When you have such few sales, you get, and here's where people are going to jump in with the comments and then start saying that average sold price don't make sense. Well, in this situation, it's really hard to put a lot of validity in the average sold price because sales are so few, and a really high sale or a really low sale as far as dollar value really affect the overall numbers. So this is where we are here. Average sold price is way up to $1,404,000, which is 16% higher than where the average sold price was a year ago. Now, median price is only 2% higher than what it was a year ago. Median price is sitting at $1,150,000. Months of inventory is sitting at 2.3. Well, sales jumped way up. It's not like listings jumped way up. Sales jumped way up, and when you're looking at a similar amount of listings, active listings available for sale, months of inventory, you could see why it would come down a little bit. And this is where we get this big teeter-totter, so to speak, peaks and valleys, because sales are either really low, but when they jump up, even just a few makes a big difference here. Let's look at condos. Well, we get more accurate numbers with volume. So 188 condos were sold in the city of Toronto. 18 of those were at $1 million or more. Average sold price has come down. It's now at $727,000 for the average condo sold across the city of Toronto. 727 is 3% higher than last year's average sold price, and the median price of $657 is 1% higher than last year's median price. If we go back 3 months, median price was $713. It's now $657. Of the 188 that sold, just under a third, 31%, sold at list price or more. And year-to-date sales for condos, 27% fewer sales this year than what we were selling last year, and 3% fewer listings year-to-date this year versus last year. Listings have been coming down. We listed 526 condos last week for week ending July 27th, and months of inventory is down slightly to 3.7 months of inventory. And the average days on market for a condo right now in the city of Toronto is 23. That's the condo business. So when you kind of look at a summary, except for semis, all the months of inventories have come down. Now, sometimes up and down, and they've come down slightly. I'm not saying that, wow, our markets are back and we're going to start getting back down into a seller's market. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm reporting to you exactly what's happening out there. And in time, over the next few weeks, we're going to see which way does it continue to go down. Does maybe it balance off? Or, I know some of you are going to go crazy when I say this, is it starting to go up again? Look, all I could tell you is we saw in the past week an uptick in volume, more showings, more offers, more everything over the course of the week across the board. Let's see if that continues or not. Thanks for watching. Again, if you feel this video can help somebody you know, please pass it along. Have a great day.